Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Eric Debnell Donnell, co-operator at Two Geeks and Nerds Productions, and we're here today with Miss Kim to do her interview. If you haven't done so already, remember to like, share, comment on this page and any other page that you see us on TikTok, Instagram, especially YouTube. Go ahead and support that YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for more content and hit that bell so you'll be notified, when we drop new stuff. You can also email us with any questions, concerns, or comments at the number 2geeksandanerdpro@gmail.com. So let's get right into it. So we're here with Kim, who we recently just met or were not connected with, by the grace of the Almighty Creator. I know that you're a writer. Also, you're an actress. You want to tell us a little bit about that, So, when did you start writing? Let's start right there.
I started writing first in 2010. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to be writing about me, and so I was writing, and I got like maybe 50 pages, and then I got embarrassed about what I was writing because it was about me. Mm-hmm. One thing, no one can tell you a story like you, and I got discouraged, and I just tore everything up. So I lost that motivation for that. So then again, I tried writing in 2014, and I got caught up in that. I was excited because I made it to a different stage in my life, and somehow I lost the notebook to that. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's not meant for me. But then that's me saying that, discourage myself again. So I said, I'll wait, and I started writing again in 2016. But the thing about this, my book that I wrote in 2016, that was published in 2017, it was not about me. It was just about a drama story. And the first book I wrote was called Fire and Ice. Wrote it in 2016, published in 2017. So
okay,
that's how I got started.
Okay. And so you said that was Fire and Ice. Now you've written, what is it, like 3? Now these, so what? You said how many?
Total 3.
Three. They are novels, or how would you classify?
Yeah, well, 2 of them are novels, but the third one is like a children book, so it's more like an animation.
Okay.
And each character resembles the nicknames of my grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
They are very excited about it, and so am I. And so there you have it. I have 3 books. First one is Fire and Ice. The second one is Trapped Off, which is what we're coming with.
We better talk about it.
Yeah. And the third one was Granny the Grasshopper. Okay. Of course, I am Granny the Grasshopper and my little babies.
I think that's going to be a great children's series, especially if you turn into an animation. It's going to be dope. So Trapped Off. Let's talk about Trapped Off, cause this is what we're about to be shooting soon. Again, we just recently met. We met with the director last week before last. Had a Zoom call or whatnot, or phone call, I should say. And instantly, we got the cast members. We interviewed one of the cast members earlier, whatnot, leading lady or whatnot. That's gonna be playing Layla.
Yes.
So Trapped Off, I'm excited about it. Finally, I get to just sit behind the camera and take direction. Usually I'm directing and costuming and stuff. I'm only going to be shooting this one. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be doing some other stuff. But, I'm excited. Tell us a little bit about Trapped Off. You ain't don't give them everything.
Okay,
give them a little taste.
I can't spoil it.
Give them a little taste of Trapped Off.
So Trapped Off is about a classy young lady who's about her business. I chose her name to be Layla because Layla is very unique, and so she's very, very interesting, and her job is to get everything done by all means necessary. There's nothing going to stop her. So she's into this game, and that you can finally say that most women around her age, they are not as good as she is, so she's proficient in it. I'm trying not to tell too much of the story because I like to start talking now and go all the way in. And so, as the book states, it's Trapped Off. So the game that she's in, eventually she's going to be trapped. So the book is Trapped Off because she will be trapped. And that's it.
I was saying we'll stop right there because we don't want to tell too much and just a little synopsis of Trapped Off. But like I said, we're excited to get these rehearsals in and things of that nature. You had told us a little bit about Fire and Ice before, or whatnot. Like I'm gonna tell y'all, like everything that she has spoke to us about has me so excited. For the future. I'm hoping that we'll be able to work with you, on all these projects. God willing or whatnot. What type of motivation did you have for writing Trapped Off in particular? Like, was there anything that inspired you? Or?
The inspiration about Trapped Off is to let anyone know anything that you're doing that is not correct or anything that's negative. You think you're getting away with it, but you really don't. You always get the end. You get caught at the end. So basically, it's what Trapped Off is really about. Like Layla, she's living her lifestyle. She's doing things, not even imagining what the lifestyle would be, and she get hindered. And so the message is, you get caught up. So.
And then obviously, you said, what was the name of the book with your grandkids?
It's called Granny the Grasshopper.
Granny the Grasshopper. Obviously, grandkids had to inspire some of that right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it because I have little ones. Well, my other one ain't even little anymore. But we see these different things watching cartoons with my youngest daughter. And so it's good to see stuff coming from brothers and sisters, like yourself. People that are especially local, what I would consider to be local, and to see your growth and, expansion to what you're doing. I can't wait to, get to read some of that material and see what you got going on with
Absolutely.
that. What do you have as far as, acting? So you're an actress also, not just a writer, but you're an actress. What are some of your things that you've been in when it comes to the acting side?
Okay, so I'm new with the acting in this new career. I not quite got it down packed yet, but I'm working on it. I was in, as an extra, I was in a movie called Karma Begins, which will be coming out soon. And I was also in, as an extra, in a movie called Repaid in New Blood. So that should be coming out soon as well. So I'm just excited, just to see how did I look as my performance in these movies, so I can take it to the next level, next step.
Was there any particular actress that you looked up to, like maybe growing up, to just be like, you know what, I want to be where I can see myself doing that?
Ooh, I've always liked, I like Taraji P. She's not that much older than I am, but of course she's older, so I looked up at her as like a model, role model for that, as an actress, and that's probably pretty much it.
Okay. Now, where do you see yourself? Have you ever directed, or do you see yourself possibly getting behind and directing people? And
Definitely.
Things
Definitely. I'm looking to direct this movie, Trapped Off, my movie. This will be my first time being a director, and I'm praying and believing that after this first one, I would be proficient enough to do more. So.
Yeah. Now, you going to be in Trapped Off also? Or you just going to be
more?
Okay, all right.
So I wasn't going to be in Trapped Off, but I changed my mind. I would like to be the officer, Mrs. Officer.
Okay.
Trapped Off. So, not saying too much about that, but yeah, looking to play that role.
It's a little different. That's why I was telling her, Black Samurai the other day. I was like, I'm looking forward to, because starting out, building, you got to kind of take on the role of everything.
Right.
Which is exciting at first. It's cool, but then it's like, after you do it for a little while, you're like, all right, now, I want to just kind of, step aside. Though there are times when, you might have to step up and say, what, somebody got sick or whatever. Well, what, I wrote it or you wrote it, so obviously you can play the part, especially if you're directing, you know exactly what you want the character to do and say, so I definitely get it. The talent that you're bringing in, the people that we haven't met, the brother, was it Zay? Yeah.
Zay Cornegi.
Yeah, I love his energy or whatnot.
Yes.
Can't wait to meet this brother. And just, I'm ready to take, like I told him anything, I'm ready to take his direction,
Right.
and see what this is going to look like. What do you see your future as far as within the film industry? Like, do you aspire to have your own production company or anything of that nature?
Perhaps that may come. There may be a future decision, but right now I'm undecided. So, but I'm looking forward to maybe taking it to that next level.
Okay, okay.
Thinking about it.
Now, in your hometown, is there anything, any like kind of artistic, I don't even know how to put it, like organizations or anything like that?
Not that I know of, like right offhand, no, but I can get back on that.
Okay, okay. So you might be the first to create it. Who knows?
Yes.
Or whatnot. Because that's how it is from my hometown. Like, it's not really a lot of people. Like, everybody want to be rappers.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I get it. I used to do music and stuff like that. But I never liked to be put into a category. Even with our film company, with Two Geeks and Nerds, people say, well, what do you do? Standard-wise, we say action, sci-fi, drama. We do stuff that deals with cosplay and comic book like type stuff, as far as scripts. And then we have, another show where we go and we interview people at Comic Cons and things of that nature. But I don't like to be categorized. I want to be known as the chameleon. And I tell people, because like, if you don't know what to expect, then you can't really react to what's coming. It keeps not just as an artist to keep you on your toes, but it keeps the public on their toes also.
Absolutely.
Yeah. To this day, for to present day, what is your most accomplished or most proud moment as an actress / writer?
My most proud moment would be, I guess, being the author of the book or books that will eventually be produced into a movie. So I can say that's one of my proudest moments.
Okay. And what has been the most difficult part of your journey?
The most difficult part is the part about me. Standing in my own way, not believing in myself, fighting for that motivation to move forward and keep going in what you believe in. So that's been the most challenging part, but I think I got that down pat now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got that energy.
Yeah.
I told my brother that I was like, yeah, leave this girl excited. I was like, I'm excited too, but dang, like good. But no, it's good to have that, cause like we've been doing this like since 2012, and this is why I tell people, when you're in the industry of probably anything, honestly, because even football players and basketball players that make the pro level, people don't understand the sacrifice they made. They've been doing this stuff since they were kids, and they eat, sleep, breathe, whatever they're doing. Same thing, like when we had our talk the other day, he was like, I do this, I do that, like this is what, he said the same thing. People don't understand, like, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. Back in 2012, when we first started our company, I remember it was at the beginning of the summer. We had built the cast. He and I were the crew, as far as doing everything. When we built the cast, and everybody, especially the people who there was one kid when she was like 16. We knew the mom and dad, and it was like, yo, we need a daughter. And it was like, oh, our daughter would be perfect. And the daughter was in it, and the parents were like, regular 9 to 5, blue collar workers, whatever. And everybody thought, oh man, by the end of the summer, we're going to be rich and famous. And I'm like, hold on, pump your brakes. Don't happen like that. So I would say to people, man, look, don't give up. If it's something you really want to do, like, trust me. I question myself still to this day often, like, what are you doing?
Right.
Geez Louise, something's got to give. Something will give. Even like, doing interviews like this is satisfying to me or whatever, because, I'm learning about you, and, hopefully somebody out there on the other side of this camera will be able to, get some inspiration and draw from it and say, hey man, we saw this interview, and, Kim inspired me, because you're gonna be receiving an award one day or whatever, and then they might be like, yeah, I got it because I watched an interview with Kim and she was saying don't give up and just believe in yourself, because
must believe in yourself. And see, doing this interview now, it sort of helped me get out of my shell. You know what I'm saying? So you in the shell, and someone just helps you break that cycle of being so nervous and again not believing in yourself and believing that you can get things done. But you have to take that first initial step and just believe in yourself and keep going. Like I said, you can't give up. Can't give up. If you keep doing the same thing, you keep doing, you're gonna get the same results. So you must do something differently. Take a different route. So that's what I'm doing.
I agree, and we're gonna expand, spread them wings, and fly. Hey, so look, I'm not gonna take any more of your time or whatnot. We try to get straight to the point or whatnot. And then again, like, if we keep talking, we're gonna tell them too much about Trapped Off.
I know.
And then we ain't gonna be able to trap y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep that mystery or whatnot. So be on the lookout for Trapped Off. We don't know what platforms we're gonna be on. Hopefully it hit the big screen someday or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, remember to like, share, follow, and comment. You can also email us at the number 2 geeksandthenerdpro@gmail.com. Look at our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube and hit that bell, whatnot. Please, again, let us know what we're doing. And until next time or the future, be looking out for Trapped Off and Miss Kim over here. And remember, we are the geeks, you are the nerds, but we are the nerdies. Peace.